what's up, everybody? Welcome to Shared News Podcast Studio. My name is Ming Chen. With me is
Jay Webb.
Yeah, so listen, if you know anything about us, we love independent film. We support independent film. I wouldn't be here without independent film. Years ago, a little guy named Kevin Smith made a movie called Clerks. Changed my life forever. In many ways, that's a whole nother podcast.
You're keeping the gratitude alive. Man.
Yeah, for sure. But we're in the town of Red Bank, and when in Red Bank, there is the brightest and the best independent film festival, the Indie Street Film Festival, celebrating its ninth year.
Ninth year. Time does fly, Ming.
I can't imagine. And it is coming up August 19th to the 25th. I think there's a big kickoff party tomorrow at Triumph Brewing. Is that correct?
Yeah. We tried this last year. We did a little festival preview party over at Triumph. Triumph is one of our kind of party venues and really awesome sponsors and supporters.
Yeah.
So we do a little kind of party where we give away a screenwriting retreat to Costa Rica. Anybody can go to the party. You get a free raffle ticket, and it's kind of just to gather some like creatives around to have a chance to win, but then also see what the films are about and kind of talk a little bit about the festival to come. So we have that tomorrow night, August 1st at 7 p.m. And it's a pretty cool vibe. You know, just they have some like a three-piece jazz band up there.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so maybe you want to swing by, or whoever, any listeners, come by. It's free to entry for the first 100 people, and I think we have like 50 to 60 signups. So I would say, get your spot so you can get into that raffle, and come hang with us tomorrow night at Triumph.
Yeah, right on, man. And Triumph, really close place, right in the heart of Red Bank, which is cool. And I love these parties. I love film festivals. I love watching the films. I love meeting the filmmakers. But networking, networking is huge. If you're a filmmaker, if you're a crew, if you're a writer. Even if you just like film.
Yeah, we've had a number of filmmakers over the last 8 years that have had so many different levels of success, getting Netflix deals and, a bunch of different like Academy Award nominees and things like that. But like really the ground level, the roots, like a young New Jersey filmmaker that comes to a panel and just gets real life questions or real life answers from the film commissioner of New Jersey, or from a producer like Carol Cuddy, who was there last year, just kind of like really, trying to pave their own way, in the same way that Kevin did and that you do. Just filmmakers that are local, they have ways that they can really make it without making it in Hollywood. I mean, there's so many different paths right now. Like we're whatever we're doing right now. This is something I never knew about 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah, in the past there was maybe one path.
Yeah.
And to even get on that path was virtually impossible.
Yep.
And then once you got on the path to get noticed was again almost virtually impossible. Now there are so many paths. Now if you want to make a film, you can. Like just making a film,
it's accessible.
Like you could literally pull out one of these and film a movie, or like a legit looking movie on one of these.
It's the truth.
Yeah,
and it does. I mean, that does for festivals and things like that, and even just for general public, it makes the content like there's so much content that comes our way.
Yeah.
So that's why a film festival like ours is nice, because we curate everything. Like we get 500, 600 entries or submissions.
Right.
And we have to
can't take them all.
You can't take them all, unfortunately. But no, we put together a slate that we're super proud of, and some of these films are just wild. I'm sure we're going to talk a little bit.
Which is insane. So you have almost a week-long festival. So 9 features, 60 shorts.
Yeah.
Which I've been to many film festivals. This is a lot.
Yeah,
this is a lot.
It's a lot.
How do you manage this many in this period of time?
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of logistics. We have an awesome team. Our artistic director, Allison Morgan, has been with us for all 9 years. We have a bunch of kind of local production people that have been a part of it. Just a lot of support around the board, like Count Basie, Basie Center Cinemas, Two River Theater, like all of the amazing venues of Red Bank have supported us throughout the year. So it just makes it a little bit easier on us because, maybe we only have 7, 8 people on our team, but there's all these other kind of staffs and community members that help us out. So.
Yeah. And Red Bank, somewhere I know is kind of my home base.
Yeah.
Jane Silent Bob's Secret Stash is here, Shared Universe is here, and Kevin and my kids were born up the street at Riverview Hospital, and and Kevin's always talking about Red Bank as being very inspiring to him when he was making films and continues to shoot things here, which is pretty great. So it's really cool that you got the support of all the venues here as well, and then they come back every year. And support you.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, it was a long time coming. I think before we started in 2016, I guess it was. I think there was like a 30-year gap where there wasn't a film festival or any type of visual
30
arts
years
festival or something. It was
30 years.
Yeah. So it was something that I started talking to a couple of my friends. I'm from the Monmouth County area. I live in Ocean. And we just started talking about it and was like, I feel like there needs to be a film festival.
Yeah, there is. And then there are plenty of really great venues here, all of them which you just mentioned.
Exactly. So, it's always a village type of an effort when you do these types of things because, every night there's either a panel or a party or, something else happening where we're trying to connect the filmmakers with audience members, but also with other local filmmakers and industry professionals to try to just figure out, again, their path to, what they want to do with their storytelling.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And last year I think I stopped by night one, went over to the Vogel, saw a great film. I think they're made by Canadian filmmakers. About a kid working in a video store, and he's aspiring to go to NYU Film School, and a lot of emotion, and international film. I believe they shot in Calgary or somewhere up there.
That film was amazing, and it was on the lighter side because sometimes some of the films that we program are a little bit hard hitting in terms of documentaries and things, and our opening night film this year, because the subject and the director could attend only on the opening night. It's definitely going to be a super special experience. But it's a documentary, and it's about a young woman, a teenager who was in ISIS captivity. And then it goes through her whole kind of experience and her filming herself and things. So, and she's going to be there to do a Q&A afterwards, which is going to be...
That's amazing. And it's called Mediha?
Mediha, yeah.
Mediha.
Yeah, by Hasan Oswald, and he's the director's going to be there as well. So we're going to have a chat afterwards, and they're going to stay and hang and talk to all the audience afterwards. Just hearing her story and seeing it on film and then being able to talk to her afterwards.
In person. I feel after.
Yeah, I feel like most of the things that we have going on are gonna be like, maybe it's not so bad,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely puts things into perspective. Yeah. In your release here, you got something. It's a pretty cool statement here. We live in a weird world where creativity, filmmaking. There's controversy with AI right now. And the world's like a weird place right now. I'm going to ask you a question. What's your overall? I mean, it could change from day to day. But what's your overall present moment kind of knee-jerk reaction towards AI? Are you like doomsday, like comic book? I love film, right? So were we not warned about this about 40 years ago in a little movie called Terminator? By a noted Oscar-winning filmmaker named James Cameron. Yeah. Now that is the extreme example, but I, as a person who goes a lot of Comic-Cons, and I've seen AI art, and it could be bad on the extreme. However, the thing that you can't replace with ones and zeros and bits is heart. Heart. Yep. And emotion, like true emotion. And these are two of the many things that I look for when I watch a really good film.
Yeah, that's what our
or even watch when getting made, or even listening to a filmmaker talk about why and how they made that film. I don't think any AI can replace that. And and hopefully I'm wrong. Yeah. Hopefully I'm wrong. But until that happens, we have real life human beings making films that they pour their hearts and souls and budgets and tears into, and then those are typically the films that get featured at festivals like Indie Street. that's what I'm there for. So
Yeah,
and that's what you're featuring.
Yep, we wanted to really kind of put an emphasis on that these are really human stories, human crafted. We do have one kind of discussion piece though. There's a feature called Eternal You, and it's about a human story about the people that are leaning on AI to talk to their dead relatives. And it gets intense, and like it's sort of a objective look at it, because they take the point of view of the creators of the technology and then see the positives and the negatives of it. But we wanted to pull in a film that kind of addressed and in some way that we could talk about it and have a discussion, like a thoughtful discussion about what AI means in the world of film and in the world of our lives, So that's a film that we're playing on Friday at 6 p.m. and we're actually doing a discussion on the future of filmmaking at the Vogel on Friday at 4:30. So we have a couple people that know some stuff about AI and VR. I'm bringing in a buddy of mine who does like DIY like CGI graphics and stuff. So a lot of kind of like hope and cool things that you can do with technology, but then of course there's a lot of caution.
Yeah, I mean, like anything in technology, especially you can use it to help you in huge and just make your life easier. Yeah, and help you. It can help you create, for sure. But taking the extreme, it can be bad as well.
There's always just only takes one person to use it in the evil way, like all of the comic books and movies say. But that's kind of the real world too. So how do you actually stop that from happening or curb it is an interesting discussion until they take over.
Yeah, for sure. And you just mentioned the Indie Street Film Festival, not just films. A lot of panel discussions scheduled.
Yep. Yeah, we do a Sunday morning brunch panel discussion. We have a few different happy hours where it's the filmmakers coming before or after the films to talk with audience members in kind of like a loose forum. And then we have that future of filmmaking discussion on Friday at the Vogel. So I think there's about 4 or 5, discussions and happy hours to come and really connect with the filmmakers and hear their stories and learn from, what they have learned from actually doing it.
So. And so you mentioned happy hours. So I love watching films. I love talking afterwards. I am there for the after parties as well, though. Are there any venues? Who's throwing the after parties?
So
where are we finding?
Every night there is something. So then on the earlier nights, because it's Monday through Sunday this year.
Yeah.
So Monday night is going to be a calm on the Vogel rooftop again. We're just going to stay at the Vogel. Yeah. Tuesday night, the Robinson Ale House is going to be where we're going to go.
Okay, great. Yeah, right down Broad Street.
Yeah, and that's after a documentary called Citizen Sleuth, which is kind of talks about true crime podcasting and how that sort of balance is between like affecting the real world and not, and the podcaster starts to have this revelation. So really cool documentary. Wednesday night, we're showing a film called Silent Roar, which is about a Scottish surfer and his struggles after his father passed away. And Jamien's is going to be the pre and after party for that one. Okay,
which makes sense. Jamien Laviola, surfer.
Yep, exactly.
So he opened a restaurant so he could adjust his surfing schedule around
100%.
And that's great.
And I'm a partner in a company called Surf Costa, which does tours in Costa Rica. So we're going to do a little giveaway and have some food and drink there. So that should be a fun night. Thursday we're at Triumph after a film called Happy Clothes, and that's about the costume designer Patricia Fields.
Oh yeah.
So who's super famous in the industry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Friday night, man, there's so many. I'm like, I'm tired.
I know, right?
My liver hurts.
Yeah, right.
Just going through it. Friday night, we are going to be at Five Dimes. It's a new brewery.
Yep, right down on Mama Street.
Yep. So that's on Mama Street. And then Saturday night, our closing night party is at Urban Coal House, and that is after. I think your audience might like this film. It's called Booger. It's got like this sort of horror comedy vibe, and it's a little extreme. But in a good way. So that's something people might want to come check out. That's our closing night film. We thought it would end the festival on like a little bit more of a fun note.
Yeah.
Although it does get a little intense in sort of in terms of the visuals of the horror.
Yeah, Urban Call is great pizza right out the Galleria. So all within walking distance.
Yep, that's what we try to do. Keep it where everybody can kind of walk around the town. We have people and filmmakers that come in from out of town to just kind of like see what Red Bank is about. And this year, because we're in the summertime, we sort of focus more on doing nighttime activities in film, so that way people go to the beach, they do their thing. That's what you do on the Jersey Shore in the daytime, and the
come back, watch some films, and then go hang out for sure.
Yeah,
and watch films, get inspired.
Exactly.
Network, and the networking is huge. I wound up in a feature film just because I went to Kevin Smith's Smodcastle Film Festival a couple years ago.
Amazing. Yeah, that's all that it takes, man. You just be out there and you're talking with people, and there are people that are making films like around at these festivals.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking for anything like that. I was just going to hang out. Wanted to see Kevin's very first film festival, and just met some really cool people.
Amazing.
And I'm involved with all the local ones around here. Garden State, obviously, Smodcastle.
Garden State's been around for a while. They're great. Film festival. And
for sure.
Smodcastle, I have to get to, of course.
Golden Door, Brightside, all of those. So for sure.
CJ is still
CJ is still in a big way for sure. CJ Cullen.
Yeah, CJ Cullen is awesome.
For sure. So what's been, this is year 9, what's been the biggest challenge in the 9 years, or maybe in the last year even?
For me personally,
from the outside, I come in. Everything runs very smooth.
Yeah,
your ticketing very smooth. Got the step and repeat. Everyone's networking. Yeah. Vogel's a great venue. They're that opening. We're going to town on the food there. Yeah. The bars, the film went out without a hitch. It was great.
Yeah.
But I know behind the scenes,
it's chaos.
It's chaos. Yes.
Yeah. It's it gets wild, but that's also partly why we used to do from Wednesday to Sunday, and then like Thursday, Friday, Saturday was like back to back films, like 5-6 films a day.
Yeah.
And I think stretching it out a little bit is going to give our team a little bit more peace of mind. And it does get better every year. It is a lot, but. Yeah, we have volunteers that are amazing, and some volunteers that have been doing it for 5, 6, 7 years. So they come in and they already know what they're doing.
Yep.
They get and that's also for your audience. If anybody wants to volunteer, we give away a free film ticket, a T-shirt, and all that.
It's well worth it. Yeah. You get a festival pass out of it. Yeah, well worth it.
Yeah, so that's a huge one, is making sure that we have the volunteers there, because that's sort of like a little bit of a groundswell in terms of promotion too. Personally, I have a 4 and a 6-year-old, and so that.
Yeah, so your father, so that takes a lot of time. I've got 2 kids as well. They're a little older, so I don't have to watch them 24/7. Kids can feed themselves.
Yeah, my kids are getting there, but it's still a good amount of time, and they and also there is a day job, film festival, running film festivals.
It's a side job.
Yeah,
side job for sure.
So it is
it is a very, we do it because we love it.
100%, man. Yeah, it's all about the passion. I produced films when I was younger, and I started just to navigate. Like, I got into this budget range where it was like people really political, trying to get to Hollywood, and like kind of union but not, and I just kind of gravitated towards way more indie type directors, and like, how can I support these voices, because they're like really doing things that matter. The crews are like 6 or 7 people, and they all care about what they're doing. So I kind of went lower budget, which makes it even harder to make money as a producer. So it's like, all right, I can do this as a it's challenges rewarding. But on the flip side, there's something that says like, oh, we got a problem. Like, well, let's just throw some money at it, and it'll go away. Yeah.
Hollywood can do that.
Yeah, but
independent filmmakers, not so much.
I think there's something to be said for struggle can be the fuel of a masterpiece, or like you need some struggle, because you look at like Christopher Nolan, and not to say that his more recent films aren't good. Yeah. But. Like Memento and these things where he had to kind of string things together.
Yeah, no, his first film Following, he literally shot on weekends in black and white over the course of, I can't remember, like 4 years, or it was a long time. Just whenever he could and whenever he got the money to shoot scenes, put that together, and it worked.
100%.
And then he went from there. Yeah. And all of a sudden he's directing Batman.
Yeah, and then it's like you have a budget of unlimited, like $500 million, and
had he had that in the beginning, would he have become as good? Probably not.
You need to struggle through to something. I think even for the emotional aspect of expression in art, there's got to be some struggle. Doesn't everyone's struggle is different, but I think having like a financial restriction is something that independent filmmakers, it's just their reality.
Yeah.
But I have seen it in a lot of the world where, someone who is a director because they are the daughter or son of, an actor or actress, and they have money, and it's just, it's just
less of a struggle.
Yeah. A little
less
less.
of a struggle.
A little less.
Yeah, for sure. Does it reflect on the product? Yeah, you make your own decision.
Yeah, exactly.
You make your own
I'm not
judgment.
going to say no. I'm not mentioning names.
Yeah. And what are you most excited for this year? The year 9. Every year you must be like, wow, that went great. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
I'm sure, even this year it'll end on the 25th, 26th. You're off and planning 2025 already.
Pretty much. Yeah, we do. We definitely start to get together and say what the hell happened.
Yeah.
All the little things that went wrong that nobody hears about or feels in the audiences or the filmmakers. We get lots of good, ratings of being a filmmaker forward and friendly festival. But yeah, we're always kind of thinking about how we can improve. I think this year, it's really just the diversity of films that we have. There's this movie called Songs from the Hole that is about this guy who was sentenced to life in prison at the age of 15, and then he had to go into solitary confinement. And in solitary confinement, he starts writing all these amazing songs and things, but he has to kind of memorize them. And this is a visual album of all of the things that this guy who was sentenced to life in prison and in solitary confinement wrote. So that awesome. That one's Friday night at 8 p.m. The director's coming to that. We have. We're trying to do some collaborations with this camp called Liberation Camp, who they have youth who are affected by incarceration, and they're making films right now that they're finishing by August 8th. So we're seeing how we can maybe work in some of those kids. So it's really, I think this year I'm most excited about that there are there's a lot of kind of real world topics, and this is sometimes in Red Bank, Monmouth County, we live a little bit in a bubble, and we're kind of living the Disney. I mean, I love it here, but there's a whole another world outside of here. It's not to say that it's bad. It's we want it for everyone, but the truth is that most of our country and most of the world doesn't have it that way.
It's not they don't have it this good.
Yeah. So really connecting people with those types of these types of stories that are so far out there, and then getting to meet the ISIS captive, to come to Red Bank, and my hair is just stood up just by saying it. I haven't met Mediha yet, but
we know how great it is here, and I love having people meet me here, bringing them here, and we show them how cool Red Bank is.
Yeah. No, it's an amazing place, and this is the Indie Street Film Festival is really to bring these outside perspectives. So even in our own community, we can improve ourselves and kind of how we are treating each other, and looking at some of the issues that can kind of cross over from international issues into local issues.
Yeah.
So we got good support from the local Red Bank government too. Kate Trigiano and Billy Portman, they're big supporters of the film festival, and they're always hooking us up with different partners. If there's a documentary about X, Y, or Z, they'll be like, oh, you should hook up with this organization. So yeah, it's always a community effort, and I think that's what I'm most excited about, is just to see the local community kind of rally around all this creativity and expression.
Yeah, for sure. And I love just everything gets even bigger and better here for the industry. The Vogel opened up maybe even 2 years ago, so you gained a venue over there.
Yeah,
a nice
awesome.
brand spanking new venue, which I love. I just love going there.
Yeah, if you haven't been to the Vogel yet, people out there, I mean, it is just a
great
beautiful
space
spot.
for.
It's not too overwhelmingly large.
Yeah.
So they have some small venue bands that'll play. They'll do films. They'll do kind of
events.
off-Broadway events. It's an amazing spot, super versatile. They have the rooftop bar, which is like perfect for us because you kind of hang out up there before with a little music, talk a little bit, and then go into the film. So yeah, it's the Vogel's definitely a sweet one, and Basie has done a good job with the theater too. And it's what used to be Bowtie, I think, is now
Bowtie. Before that, it's been a number of places. We used to throw the Kevin Smith Vulgar-thons there,
Nice.
So I know every inch of that place. It's not huge, but
Yeah.
I think one theater one seats 129. The other one's maybe a little bit bigger,
like
closer
200.
to 200. Yeah.
Yep. And so that it's Basie Center Cinemas now, and they actually just like a few months ago are able to serve alcoholic beverages. So
whoa,
if
that's
you didn't know
huge.
That, people
I did not know
that
that.
are interested in having a beer while they're watching
listen,
the movie,
if you can do it, and they let you do it, do it. Yeah.
Yeah. There are. I don't know the legality of it, but it's an art house theater, so I guess something around small, like
maybe
it's visual arts,
like
or
an exhibition.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, there's a different.
All
type
we
of
know
liquor
is
license.
it's legal. You can go buy. I
mean, with all of the breweries that can kind of serve alcohol with no liquor license, I love the breweries, but why not give the theaters?
Sure. Yeah.
Little,
It just makes sense.
Give the arts some love when it
Yes.
comes to maybe having a cocktail.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
Get your juices flowing.
Yeah, for
before you
sure.
watch the movie.
Open the mind. Yes.
Open your mind.
Open your mind, yo. Yes. That's awesome. So, IndieStreetFilmFestival.org for tickets and info.
Yeah.
And come to Red Bank. Watch some films here.
Come to Red Bank.
Discover
Indie Street Film Festival.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a discount code. I don't know. Do you want to just make it Ming? We'll do 20% off all
No,
access
really?
passes, or just
Yeah.
Ming. Ming 20 or just Ming?
Just Ming, I think.
Ming.
Just
Okay.
Ming. All right,
Ming.
enter code Ming after you watch this.
But yeah, wait for like 2 minutes so I can actually create
Right.
the code.
Yeah.
20% off all
Oh, yeah, that's
access
incredibly
passes.
generous.
And no, we really want people to see all these films. So
Yeah.
it's even by getting your passes or getting tickets, you're also helping to support the arts and what we're doing at Indie Street. So it's always appreciated as well.
That's awesome. Did I miss anything? Is there?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it's going to just be an awesome week, and you got to just check the lineup. I'm sure I missed noting specific films.
Oh yeah,
because
everything's
there are
on the
so
website.
many. But yeah, you gotta check out the-
something for everybody.
100%. You're gonna cry. You're gonna laugh, and you're gonna get connected to cool people. Some of which are filmmakers, and others just that are locals and inspired by independent cinema.
That's awesome. And one day I'll get off my butt and actually create a short. Got a couple ideas.
Do it.
Got the gear.
It's
just
time, man.
and then
Yeah, come on, man.
submit it. Hopefully it gets accepted. So
People, and I think you will create a quality story, whether it's in the comedy or other realm. I'm excited to see you as a
it'd
short
definitely
filmmaker.
be comedy. Geared toward comedy, probably. But there may be a drama out there at some point.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Sometimes the cool thing about creation, now that we're just having a little tangent, but the cool thing about creation is you might write a comedy and then you put it together and you're like, like this is not as funny as I thought, but it's heartfelt. And maybe the performances were kind of pushing in one direction. Even while you're directing, it could go a little bit, a little bit.
Part of the process. Part of the process.
All part of the process.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on year 9.
Thank you so much.
For anybody who didn't know, me and Mike Zapsik are actually part of the advisory board, so we're very proud. We're very proud to be a part of that, and we're here to support you in any way we can.
Awesome.
So,
I really appreciate it, Ming. You and Mike are awesome. And stop by Secret Stash. Do your thing over there.
Yep, head to Triumph tomorrow, August 1st.
That was what I was just going to say. 7 p.m. we open up the doors, and then 9 p.m. we're going to be doing the raffle and giving away that screenwriting retreat.
I didn't even know there were screenwriting retreats in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Well, this is your chance to go have a great time.
You could write your short. I don't know if you're allowed to win. That would feel a little bit.
No, I know. Yeah,
But
I'm fine. Yeah, no,
come anyway,
eligible for other not other people, right?
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Not in, with,
Not
with
for
no
me.
direct connection to the film festival.
Right.
No, please. I would love somebody else to write that. I can do my retreat here
Yes.
at the studio.
You have this space here where you can just put a Costa Rica background.
Right. I'll be Costa Rica back here. So
Just listening to the birds.
and definitely follow the social medias at Indie Street.
Yep, Indie Street Film Fest.
Okay.
INDIEST Film Fest.
Okay.
And yeah, we're on Twitter and mostly Instagram, I think, is where we're putting a lot of our content. But yeah, Instagram and TikTok.
Cool. So that's where you'll get your updates.
Yep.
And then indiestreetfilmfestival.org.com. So yep, Jay, thank you so much.
Thanks, Ming. You're the
Appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you over there for
man.
sure.
Much love. Thanks for supporting independent cinema.
See you guys later.
It's important.